Alright, so we are now exactly halfway through the LEGO Games Challenge where I'm trying to platinum every single one that is in the PlayStation Store before we hit 500,000 on YouTube. And it's evident now that we probably are going to do that, so you guys might have won this challenge. But just in case, make sure to drop a like, subscribe right now. Anyways, today's game of choice is one of 3 LEGO Star Wars games available to play. LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. It is obviously about the Force Awakens movie, and I chose to do this one first because Skywalker Saga is probably the hardest platinum on the list, and I'm saving that for the 500,000 special video. But also, I have a crush on Adam Driver, and I'm not even gay. So the game has 50 trophies on the dot for the platinum, and it's structured in the same way as all the other LEGO games. It opens up with a prologue level, as a matter of fact, just to let all the children who don't know what happened with Star Wars get some info on the good old lore. Anyways, you play as Han, Chewie, and the whole gang on Endor, I think. The first few objectives just have you doing some initial puzzles to get acquainted with some key features to the game, and I actually got a trophy right away for just rebuilding a mini structure. There is also a super cool little combat thing they have though, where you go full on into almost first person and just be shooting stuff at other stuff. While I was doing this section, I also got a trophy for some combat thing, which was nice. And literally seconds later when it ended, I received a gold medal for my combat performance and then 2 more trophies. This is starting to scare me with how many trophies I am getting. What is going on? Next, we got to drive a ATST Walker though, which was sick. However, it sadly ended with us going inside of this building, which was actually a transition over to us playing as Luke and Darth Vader, as a matter of fact. Their whole section just simply involves them battling against the ballsack boss himself.
What?
Overall, it's a pretty sick fight and ends just like in the movies, aside from the guards crying in the backdrop. But that isn't the end, because then I got to pilot some ships and destroy things. Beautiful. But then it really was the end, and I received 2 trophies for that level's finish. And now we actually have to play the real story level for Star Wars The Force Awakens. First, you get to play as Poe, that one pilot dude, and BB-8. You are on Jakku, and, well, everything is just burning, basically. Yeah, it's just like that area of the world right now. You know what I'm talking about. And apparently this game thinks it's funny to make fun of my bad aim because I got a trophy for missing 10 times. Absolutely shameless. And I also got another one like moments after for defeating 50 stormtroopers. So who's the loser now? Anyways, all that was left in this level was for us to put out this fire with a very overcomplicated hose puzzle. But after doing so, you then get a neat little cutscene and a trophy pop after for the level's completion. Level 2 then has Poe in captivity, obviously, and also Finn, or FN, whatever, he's his guide, I suppose. You basically just need to escape the Imperial base since it's not very fun there. Like, just look at the color scheme they have. 0 RGB. Anyways, this level was so bland from the Empire that they even sent us over to play as Rey in a wonderful desert just to spice it up. And her mission is to just escape some other place. This truly is peak gaming. And after Rey did a somewhat suggestive pose, you then end the level and get a trophy. Level 3 then has Rey and Finn meet because they finally arrived here after the epic crash landing they had. Unfortunately though, they brought the entire Empire with them. Typical. And this level then just consists mostly of us fighting stormtroopers the whole time with a few puzzles sprinkled in. Overall, it's a pretty fun level, especially when we got to fly ships again, which is oddly clean considering this is a LEGO game and they usually struggle with the basics of everything. Another trophy popped though when I finished the level, of course. So then level 4 began, and its entire premise is we are now all teamed up with Han Solo and Chewie because we are in the Millennium Falcon, of course. But somehow this giant alien monster is on it, and we are also like in captivity somewhere. Man, this entire game feels like we are literally just getting captured over and over. Oh wait, that is the entire game. But I did get my chance to beat up the alien, and I immediately felt more patriotic. It was crazy. And then after Kylo Ren got yelled at by this hologram of Ballsack Man, we got a trophy for the level's finish. The next level then had some bizarre objectives and just overall direction, to be honest. We were at the saloon to find the Resistance because of BB-8 and his map to Luke Skywalker, but Rey just had to wander off and we ended up in the bottom of this extremely big basement, mind you. And I was even forced to do a puzzle that honestly had me lost and confused, much like the youth of woke America.
What did he say?
Anyway, she found a lightsaber and didn't like the feeling she got when touching it. So I can't even imagine what she gets up to in her free time. But after watching the Empire's rally, another trophy popped for the level's finish. And of course, the Empire ended up finding us again. Man, we really can't escape these guys. So like usual, I just had to battle them a little bit, and I also ended up yet again in the sky, flying around, blowing stuff up. And I managed to blow up so much stuff, as a matter of fact, that I shot down 100 total TIE fighters for a trophy. And then the level ends with Kylo Ren capturing Rey, Who knows what happens next? But I got a trophy for finishing the level. Next level had Finn and Han both sneaking around the Empire's base. And it's honestly shocking they couldn't find us immediately when we're there, because they have literally been tracking us down the entire game across the galaxy. But who am I to judge? Eventually you get inside and also get to battle Finn's old commander, I guess. But it's kind of sad we have to get rid of her, since that suit is low-key drip and I would have worn it for the hell of it. And then the level ends with another trophy, of course. We then played as Rey and Han Solo and had a pretty fast level next with nothing but the simple objective of planting 4 major explosive devices around the area. It did end with the famous scene of Han Solo falling off the railing though, and definitely not because Harrison Ford was getting too old to continue his role, definitely not. But the next level was the famous Winter Forest fight with Kylo Ren, and aside from any negative opinions on the Force Awakens movie or just story in general, this fight was pretty dope. Which also ends with us just relentlessly beating up Kylo Ren while he is on the ground, and I felt bad, which led to multiple seconds of me reconsidering my life choices. However, in the end, I was forced to beat him to a pulp. Oh my god! Which then popped us the level trophy. And that was actually the last real level for the game, but there was one final level called the Epilogue. And it had us just simply go to Luke Skywalker's island, which is what everyone has been obsessed with. But seriously, how did bro ever get food? He had so many puzzles scattered around, it's a shock he can even get around the place. Anyways, the level was like 10 minutes long max, which then gave us the final level trophy. And a trophy also in addition for just finishing every single level in the game in regards to the main story. So now it's time to get collectibles, I guess. But honestly, I just did this cleanup stage, or whatever you want to call it, extremely randomly. First, I was just replaying each planet's missions, trying to 100% them. This can be easy at first, however, you will run into a few blockades with certain characters you don't have, which just makes it a slight pain. Also, the first level in the game had an insane bug where in free play, if you don't start the ATST section with both the original characters, it will not ever end, and you cannot continue the story. It's actually kind of insane how broken it is, but before that, I played a new mission that they gave you after. There is lots of these bonus types levels to do, but they are usually just like a random mission tacked onto a certain planet, and this one had us playing as Poe and pretty much just doing a lot of flying and, you know, typical pilot stuff. When finished, you also get a trophy, and then I finally had enough characters and managed to get past broken bugs in order to finish every collectible within the first level and get the trophy for gathering all mini kits on a level. I then finished another bonus level after because they give you every needed character in each one, and I would actually recommend doing them all before going for collectibles because I wish I had done that first, to be honest. But then a while later, I was cleaning up my first real planet's open hub, and by the way, these are like somehow extremely confusing yet also very obvious in what you need to do. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's weird. Anyways, I played as Darth Vader and Kylo Ren at the same time and got a trophy. Next, I played through 2 more bonus levels, both with trophies at the conclusion of them, and I then started another because they are very helpful, as I've said. However, I did get some trophies in it this time, and actually there was only one, so I'm sorry to disappoint, but nothing can be as disappointing as your love life, so take that. Anyways, this trophy was for just slowing people down with Kylo Ren. I then finished the bonus level and got that trophy also, and another right after for playing as Han Solo and Kylo Ren at the same time. I then only had one more bonus level to do before really beginning to strap in and just clean up each planet, and after I beat it, I actually got 3 trophies. I honestly don't know what they were all for, aside from the fact that I completed all the bonus levels. So then I spent like maybe 5 hours of time fully dedicated to cleaning up these world hubs before receiving more trophies for such dedication of precious time. First, I actually completed all these scavenger missions. These are, as they sound, you scavenge for items. I then collected every mini kit since I had sort of forgotten that the bonus levels do also have collectibles on them, in addition to other levels. So that was, you know, a bit unfortunate for my poor brain and soul. And I actually received the red brick trophy next, but I had obtained them all well before this trophy popped. And this is because you actually have to buy them for it to count, even though half of the red bricks in this game do absolutely nothing. It's extremely silly. Anyways, I then completed every single race in the game. These are low-key fire. I especially love the one on this planet since you also get to run over innocent citizens of the galaxy. It's a great time. I then completed all of the First Order missions because being a villain is always fun, but then I did all the Resistance missions also, so maybe it's not so bad after all. Actually, never mind. I finished all of the Bounty Hunter missions right after that. I did get to then think about my decisions though, whilst I enabled all of these dumb frozen people to get character tokens for 100% completion. I really wish games that had things like this in them allowed for a open all button. Just, you know, would have really made my life better for 10 minutes. But the 100% trophy also didn't pop right away, and I got so scared for a second. You know, a second later it popped though, so we're chill. Still got a a few trophies left though, so let's go bang these out real fast because that's just how we do it around here. First I made a custom character, and I'm not gonna lie, speeding through the customizer, I deadass thought this alien's name was just bitch. I mean, no judgment, people be named directions nowadays, so I wouldn't be surprised. I then did 2 back-to-back trophies that just had character requirements for people on the Millennium Falcon, I guess since it is a cool ship. Anyways, back to the trophies, I then played as FN2911 and killed Finn. Friendly fireman, come on. I then played as Chewbacca and Maz, I can't remember the lady's name. But if you just save and exit a level, the trophy pops for just finishing level with them both. I then tried to use a machine with the wrong robot for a trophy, and played as the tiny lady again, but this time shoved her into a tall person machine and got a trophy for that. My last trophy was then to recreate the iconic scene where Kylo Ren just completely destroys the entire place and smashes all the poor computers. Once done with that destruction, I got the trophy pop, and then the platinum trophy right after. So yeah, that was the LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens Platinum Trophy experience. And honestly, this was very easy, and it's probably one of the less popular LEGO games out there, mostly because it's kind of random that it's even a game considering the other LEGO Star Wars games all span across multiple films. But anyways, we got those coming up soon, and thank you all once again for watching.